Hi guys, so today I'm going to be doing my first Reasons Why video. Basically these Reasons Why videos are telling you reasons why things are the way they are and things happen the way they happen. So this first video is going to be about hair because I learned a lot over the years because my parents are hairstylists and everything. So I've learned a lot about hair and I just kind of wanted to share with you. Now the reason why I'm doing this is because some of my friends wonder why their hair is so frizzy and they get split ends so often and their hair breaks off and they have to cut it so often. And I'm just going to tell you basically what you need to know before we get into it. Okay, so some basic things that you need to know about your hair and everyone's hair is that on your hair there are these things called hair cuticles. Hair cuticles are basically fish scales or like snake skin, and they're on your hair and they're really little. There's about 100 or more than 100 of these on one strand of hair, so you have lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of hair cuticles throughout your whole head of hair. So basically what these do is the hair cuticles protect what is underneath the strand of hair, and whatever is under the strand of hair is basically the center, where all the color goes through, and I'll explain that to you later. But it's a really important thing to keep healthy, and that is basically the reason why people's hair falls out, is because at the root, everything inside the hair is destroyed, and it basically just like gets thin, dies off, and it's just gone. So you need to take care of your hair cuticles, and how you can do that is not use flat irons. People use flat irons on their hair, and it does a lot of damage, and I'll explain that to you why in another part. So you need to take care of your hair cuticles, basically, is what I'm telling you. Just use a serum or something to help smooth it out and replenish your hair, kind of make it shinier. Well, not exactly shinier, but it needs to penetrate deep into your hair and kind of renew itself and get rid of the dead covering on your hair. Basically, a lot of people I know flat iron their hair just about once or twice every single day, and they still wonder why their hair is damaged at the ends and it's broken. They have split ends all the time. Well, basically the reason why is because their cuticles are being damaged and ripped off the hair strand every time heat is applied to it. If you think about it, when you apply heat to plastic, it melts and it is destroyed. Basically, because when you shove a plastic thing into the oven, it's not going to survive and be as healthy as ever. It's going to melt and die off, and it's going to burn, creating a lot of damage. It's basically the same exact thing, but on your hair. So if you were to apply heat onto your hair with a flat iron, and you have it cranked up to like 450 or something, your hair cuticles are going to melt off, exposing what is inside of your hair, and it's going to burn and create split ends at the bottom, which basically you need to cut off every time you have a split end. Not every time you have a split end, but if you get really bad split ends, maybe like an inch up your hair, you need to cut them off, because flat ironing will not flatten them out. It won't seal them. It won't do anything like that. It'll just make it worse, and your hair will keep splitting up until it hits the root, and all of your hair will fall. That is why many people tell you to not apply heat onto your hair as much, and it's even worse with a curling iron, because you're sitting there holding the hair onto the super hot metal or plastic on whatever you use, ceramic iron. You're just holding your hair onto the iron, and it's melting it and kind of burning it and crushing it and killing it, basically. So be careful when you're applying heat to your hair. You always want to make sure you have a heat protectant, which is basically going deep into the hair and kind of creating a seal on your hair, so whenever you apply heat to it, it won't get to the cuticle and ruin your Why does my hair stink so bad when I flat iron it and curl it? Well, as I told you before, when you hold your hair onto the curling iron and when you spread the heat over your hair, it does burn. Now, burning hair smells horrible. It smells totally awful because all the chemicals inside your hair are basically burning and turning to ash. And if you think about it, we're just going back to the whole food cooking oven thing. When you burn a piece of rubber, it does not smell good. When you burn a pizza, burned pizza does not smell very good. When you burn anything for that matter, it doesn't really smell good. So your hair isn't going to smell when it is burned. That's why your hair smells when you flat iron it and curl it and everything. Other than that, you just need to wash your hair a little bit more. Why does my hair get so oily when I don't wash it? Okay, this is just like the stupidest question ever. When you don't wash your body, it gets oil and it releases all the natural oils that build up in your body. It goes out of your pores and onto your skin, which makes your skin oily. When you wash, and it stinks too. When you wash your body, you get rid of all the excess oil, but and sometimes that's why soap dries your skin out. It gets rid of too much oil and your skin gets dry and then it cracks and all that bad stuff. When you have a moisturizing body wash, it replenishes your hair, and you can even tell with the hair on your arm. When you wash your body with just regular like soap, a bar soap, rather other than Dove, whenever you wash your hair, like your arms with the soap, you can definitely tell that it has a drying, itching effect. It's basically the same thing on your hair. It still gets rid of the oil, but it creates itch. If you don't use the right shampoo and conditioner, then your hair will continue to stink, and your scalp will continue to get oilier and oilier until you end up with dreadlocks, which basically it tangles and tangles until it gets into the dreadlock form, and then over time it'll just form into a big mass of dreadlocks, and that is not good. So basically what I'm saying here is the reason your hair gets so oily is because you don't wash it. Just like your if you wouldn't wash your body, it would stink, and it's just not good. So wash your hair with the right shampoo. And this leads me into my next topic. Why does my hair not curl like Asian people's hair does? Okay, not to be racist or anything, but depending on what race you live in and what genes you have, your hair will be completely different from another person's race. Basically, white flesh people, I don't know how to word that, but white people, they have different hair than African American hair and black people hair and Asian hair. That's just because depending on our genes that we have, so if you have if you're white now, but you have Asian hair, then one of your past relatives may have been Asian, and you got that from them. In the black people, African American people, they have different hair, as in, it's a lot thicker, and a lot of them, not to be like racist or anything, but a lot of them have black hair, natural black hair, and that is again just because of the past relatives and the way that genes have carried on into what Why does my hair break when I have ponytails in it? Okay, so basically, when you this is just a completely different way to think of it again. When someone ties a noose around your neck, the air circulation in your head gets cut off, and it's no use anymore. So basically, when you tie a hairband around your hair really, really tightly, it cuts off, it kind of like bends the hair and, squeezes it until it's basically squeezed out and all of the oils are released from that specific area, and your hair breaks off, creates split ends, all of that kind of stuff. And I know a lot of people who, if they don't have a hair tie and they want to put their hair up, they use rubber bands. Do not use rubber bands on your hair. When you have rubber on your hair, what it's doing is it's rubbing against your hair and creating so much damage and so much irritation on the cuticle of your hair, ripping it off and squeezing it apart and ripping it in half, whatever. It causes so much damage to your hair, and it pains me and it kills me inside to see that people just do this to their hair, because and I know they're unaware that it does so much damage to their hair, but if you're going to use a rubber band to tie your hair, make sure that you have a silicone covering on the hair tie, just like this one. You don't want to use a regular rubber band that you would use for paper or something. See on this how it's kind of like shiny on the outside? That's a silicone covering, and the silicone covering prevents the actual rubber from touching your hair, so it just slides off easily instead of ripping it apart. And here's a little test to see if your rubber bands are have silicone on them. So what you're going to do is you're going to take out your hair and split it in half. Now take one side of your hair, and then take whatever band you have, and you're going to tie it in your hair. And then once you have it tied in your hair, you're going to take just one section of it and pull it on your hair. This isn't the best way to test it, let me tell you that. But if you feel tugging and pulling on your hair without it sliding out easily like this, if you get caught in your hair, it creates a lot of tangles, you have a problem. Your hair tie does not have silicone covering on it. Now, if you buy a different pack and it's shiny on the outside, you can't count on that either. You have to do the test on your hair, and what I'm saying, pull it to the side, tie it with your band, and take one section and pull it out. And if it rips and tears your hair, then you don't have a silicone covering. If it does and it slips out really easy, like mine one that I had right there, then you're okay. You can use that hair tie. It won't do much damage to your hair. It'll still do damage, but not as much as a regular rubber band. This video was long, but I just have one more topic to tell you about. So basically, this topic right here is about ways to resolve and get rid of your split ends. Basically, people are selling such expensive hair products that they say that are going to seal your split ends, and they're going to say that it's like it never happened, but that is just a bunch of bull crap. Okay, the only way you can resolve split ends is to cut them off. You cannot use any type of serum on your hair, any type of cream, shampoo, conditioner on your hair to seal a split end. You cannot seal a split end. You have to cut it off. Basically, once you have a break in your hair, it won't go back. Once you break your hair, it's done. You have to cut it off, or else it's just going to split and split and split until your hair falls off. So if you have a bunch of split ends, I would recommend cutting them off, because there's no serum out there that can totally seal your split end. Hey, so I hope that helped a little bit. I'm going to upload a completely different video, a hair tutorial on the best hair routine that I have used, because it's my own. So I'm just going to share that with you in another video, because this video took so much time and it took so much longer than I thought it would, but I had a lot of information, so I thought I would share it with you. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. And let me know how your hair feels after you've used some of the tips and after you've stopped using so much heat on your hair as much as people have been. So I really hope this helped, and comment below, tell me how your hair feels, if it feels any healthier, and I will talk to you later. So bye. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. Yeah. Oh yeah. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe.